Okay, so this is a very, very quick recap of writing assignments. Firstly, we have a number of expectations at the college, and these are very, very basic, but they're very simple, and this is really what we expect on everyone's assignment. It's really worth that you just make sure that when you do submit an assignment that you have met all of these bullet points on the list. Okay, it's really important that you do understand that at level 3 you must research. You must research because you have to justify the points that you're making in your essays with evidence, and you can only do that if you refer to research. So referencing is an absolutely vital skill at level 3. So in terms of referencing, there's two types of references. The first is a direct reference, and this is where you directly copy something from a book or from an internet site. Now, contrary to what you might think, this isn't wrong. You can do that, but you can only copy very small sections, maybe 1 or 2 sentences at the most, and you must fully reference to say that that is not your own work, but you have taken it from somewhere else. It's also really important that you then interpret that in your own words, because you need to show that you understand what that means and that you haven't just copied something off the internet. So when we do this, we must reference and we put the part that we've copied in inverted commas. So for example, I want to describe what validity means in fitness testing. So what I've done here is I've gone to a website, and you can see there that in inverted commas I've put the definition. But what I've done is I've put it in inverted commas and I've put the website. So it's very clear to the reader what is my work and what is from the website. Underneath, I've then described in my own words what this all means. So I show that I actually understand what I'm going on about. And then the full internet reference would go right at the back in the bibliography. It doesn't actually need to go in the essay itself. Okay, it looks quite messy otherwise. If I'm just using a piece of work, but I've rewritten it, or maybe I've just used an idea or a piece of research, so I haven't copied it, that's called an indirect reference. And with this particular one, we still need to do the same type of reference. We need to reference in the actual essay, in the text, and in the bibliography in the back. So for example, I've gone to a website and I need to describe the types of leadership styles. So I found a website. So what I've done here is, again, I've referenced the website, but this time I've just listed the leadership styles. And because I haven't copied it directly, I don't need to put the actual speech marks in. But I have still referenced the website. Again, I have also made sure that I explain things in my own words and with my own examples, and this means that I really show my understanding. Again, the full reference would go in the back in the bibliography. So you can see that both types of references are actually quite similar. In terms of what you actually write for a reference, you can see that really all we actually need to do is put in the author's name and the year of publication. So for example, the author's name and the year. If there's more than one author, we can just put et al. After the first author, and this just means and others. So it's a really quick way of just putting down a lot of authors. With a website, generally, if it doesn't have a person that's actually written it, then we would just put the name of the website and the year that it was published. And again, if there's no year, you can either put the current year or just put ND, which means no date. Okay, it's really important you understand that it's a real academic offence to plagiarise, and this means taking work from someone else or from a website or from a book and not referencing it. And that's really important you understand that this can't be done at level 3, and there are severe punishments for this. So it's really important that when you are using sources that you do reference them, and we will support you with this. Do think about the actual quality of the research as well. So when you go to a website or a book, think about how good quality that is. Has it been written by someone that's knowledgeable, or has it not? So for example, something like Wiki Answers is a website that anyone can put the answer to something. So they might actually be wrong. Whereas a good quality website, such as BBC News, is reviewed and has professional people working for it. The best place to get your resources is quite simply to go to iLearn. We handpick the best resources for each topic and we put them on iLearn ready for you. So go there first, and that's where you'll find everything you need. Okay, so your IPL assignment's really quite simple. It's 3 tasks, it's a fact sheet, so make sure you use lots of pictures and diagrams, but also please make sure the text is the most important thing. That's what we're marking you on, and that's what we need you to see. And make sure that you do pay attention to those criteria, because those are the most important.